What's going on, everybody? You're listening to the third episode of Trash Deer Radio. My name is Tyler. I'm joined today by the tallest guy in this room and also the guy with the biggest heart, Lucas himself.
What's up, boys?
And the guy with the sickest tats and the sweetest beats, Chantz.
Ayo.
That's nice.
All right, everybody, we're going to do a quick selfless or shameless plug. We officially got the Trash Deer Radio Twitter that's out right now. What's the handle, Chantz?
You can follow us at Trash Deer Sports.
All right, so at Trash Deer Sports, if you want us to cover anything or you think there's any sick topics you want us to cover.
Slide in our DMs.
Yeah, or, comment on YouTube, anything like that, and we'll try to cover it for you.
We're trying to get on Google Play shortly and like all the popular streaming sites too, so stay tuned for that.
Damn, what a plug right there. All right, guys, we got a big one, a big podcast today with the NFL Week 1 starting here.
It's fucking huge.
Huge. So first we're going to start, though, with Aaron Darnold and Kahlil Mack. They both got huge-ass contracts.
Huge.
So I'm going to go through the details real quick of the contract. Aaron Darnold, 6 years, $135 million, with $87 million guaranteed for the LA Rams. And Kahlil Mack, after a trade from the Raiders to the Bears, is now getting 6 years, $141 million, $90 million guaranteed.
It's a big bitch.
Lucas, tell me, is that a lot to pay for a defensive?
It is a lot to pay for a defensive end, but they're worth it. I would almost say they're like generational talents. Like, they're the best in the league at what they do, so they deserve the money. They're going to make the teams better.
Now, are you worried at all that now those teams are now like cap strapped a bit for the sense that you now have one defensive player? What?
No, I mean, you can easily build around something like that, and the way the NFL is going, the way it's played, their roles are really important. So it's good. Bad for the Raiders.
Chance, what are you thinking? What's your opinion?
I think these are two fucking studs. They earned the contracts they got, and I look forward to watching them fucking play.
Fuck and play?
Fuck and play.
Oh, nice.
Chance has some very inside information.
Yeah, meatspin.com.
All right, why don't we talk about what the Raiders got in the trade? So the Raiders obviously traded Kahlil Mack to the Bears. In return, the Raiders got a 2019 and a 2020 first-round pick, a 2020 third-round pick, and a 2019 sixth-round pick. Now the Bears, along with Kahlil Mack, got the 2020 second-round pick and a 2020 fifth-round conditional pick. Chance, who won that deal?
The Bears definitely finessed the fucking Raiders. They got Mack, and they got a second-round pick back. So, I mean, that's fucking finessing. That's straight up finessing.
Whenever I read this at first, I thought, whenever I read, what the Raiders got, I thought, the Raiders just completely won the trade. You got all those picks, and then I read that the Bears also got a 2020 second-round pick and a 2020 fifth-round conditional, which, that's whatever. But the second-round pick is if you're the Raiders, why are you giving that up? You're giving up a huge player, like a top-of-the-line player, and you're also going to throw in picks.
Someone did some work in Chicago to make that happen.
Someone just made their paycheck right there.
Oh, yeah, someone's swimming in deep dish money up there in the Windy City.
All right, guys. Second story of today is that the hometown hero turned hometown villain, Lev Bell, is officially holding out now and will not be there for Week 1. And James Conner will be the Steelers running back for their first game versus the Browns. What the fuck are we thinking about that?
Well, if he shows up this week, can he play?
He's not playing.
I mean, he could show up tomorrow and say, "Hey, I'm ready to play," and why would you play him?
Yeah, they're not gonna play him.
All right, continue.
I mean, I'm just saying, you need to have some time to at least kind of get somewhat warmed up. I mean, last year he held out till I think Labor Day, and then he came back, so it was Monday, and then he at least had the whole week before he started. But if you're the Steelers, I don't see how you're gonna start him.
No.
How he's gonna show up and then just think he's.
And I think James Conner is gonna do well enough for him to be applicable.
I think James Conner's gonna surprise a lot of people.
Yeah, he's good, but he's not obviously not Lev Bell talent, but he's good, and I think it's gonna be good for the team to not have Lev Bell there. Honestly, for a little bit anyway.
Well, apparently all the Steelers offensive linemen is just trashing Lev Bell right now. So
yeah, they've had enough of his bullshit as of most of Pittsburgh.
Well, the one lineman said to an ESPN reporter that he was going to be coming back today. I forget which lineman it was.
That was Marquise Pouncey.
Yeah, that's who.
He said that yesterday.
He said that. He was like, "Oh, Lev Bell will be here tomorrow."
He's probably just saying just to stop talking about it. I'm sure they're tired of hearing about it.
Well, or do you think Lev Bell told his line, "Hey, I'm going to be there Wednesday. That way we can get some practice in." And then Pouncey maybe fucked it up because he was like, "Oh, Lev Bell's going to be here tomorrow. It's not a big deal." And now
He
Bell's
still
like,
wasn't
"Well,
there Wednesday. I mean,
well, yeah, but I mean, it could have been one of those things where he's like, well, now I got to show that, like, just because Pouncey says I'm going to be there, maybe,
I
my
don't think
contract."
it's that elaborate.
I think it was just Pouncey's throwing that out there, so maybe Lev Bell hears it and actually shows up, so he's not letting his teammates down. But
So you think he's trying to force Lev Bell's hand?
I wouldn't say he was trying to force him. He's trying to show them that he needs to show up for fucking practice.
Oh. I don't know. I think the Steelers are in a spot where these first couple games now are going to be crucial because if they win without Lev Bell, they can then show like, hey, we don't need you to win. We can win with or without you. And then but if they lose or they're struggling, then Lev Bell can come to them and be like, hey, guess what? You guys clearly can't do as well without me. So you guys need me. So give me my fucking contract.
At this point, I'd rather see the team play without Le'Veon Bell because he's 100% not going to be here next year.
That's what I'm saying. I think he's toxic for the team. Like I said, I think it's going to be good for the team for him not to be there, at least for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Now, you guys think they should try to trade him before the season's up?
I would trade him if someone offered anything greater than a third-round pick that you're going to get from the conditional pick if he leaves after this season in free agency.
So now this is just coming off the top of my head, but I know that there is I think, safety in Seattle by the name of Earl Thomas, who is disgruntled and wants to be out of Seattle.
He also wants a big contract.
Yeah, we're not going to trade our running back for a safety.
You don't think we
just drafted a safety?
Yeah, I don't think we need safety. I mean, I would like Earl Thomas on the Steelers. Don't get me wrong, but
it's not that they. I mean, I don't know.
I would rather trade him for like a middle linebacker.
I think if you're the Steelers and you know that Lev Bell's going to leave, and you think like obviously we want to win a Super Bowl now. We're not trying to rebuild or anything. I would see if you can get another star, like trade Le'Veon for another star somehow, like another. I think maybe defense, but I mean, you also kind of have to see what James. You have to see what James Conner is.
Honestly, I'd trade him for a fucking sack of potatoes. Just get him the fuck out of Pittsburgh.
I wouldn't trade him for a sack of potatoes because
you don't know,
that third
you
round
can
pick.
Make some baller ass fries.
You make French fries,
baked potato,
hash browns,
mashed potatoes,
tater tots.
All right, I see your guys' points. I see your sack of potatoes better than Le'Veon Bell. Trash to your sports. You heard that first. All right. Well, so when do you guys think Lev Bell will show up?
Week 10.
Yeah, I honestly have no idea.
You don't think
he's rumored to be week 10, but I don't think it's going to be that long. But
he has to show up for 6 games for his contract to count for this year, so he can leave after the season.
What if the Steelers don't play him, even if he shows up?
I see. From what I read, is they can sit him out for 2 weeks without pay, but after that, he has to be on the active roster. But I mean that's a risk he has to gamble with. So if he sat out till week 10 and the Steelers decided to fuck him and bench him for 2 weeks,
I don't see how they could play him if he sat out for 10 weeks.
Oh, you could still play him, I'm sure.
I don't see why that's just rude.
Well, no, I don't think he's going to be stupid enough. Him and his agent are going to be stupid enough to say, "Oh, wait, the Steelers can sit you for 2 weeks without pay. So if we have to play like 8 games or so, if we come back on the 10th game, well, they'll just sit you for 2 games, then try to franchise tag you next year." You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could see them coming back on the.
So he'll probably come. I think maybe 8th game.
I was thinking 4.
You're thinking 4. I'm thinking it literally depends on their first couple games. If they're rolling, Lev Bell's screwed because he's not going to get a contract and he won't come back. So he'll come back like game 8 or something like that. If they're hurting, then he'll come back sooner, and the Steelers will almost have forced to pay him because Ben's getting old. I mean, AB is still, GOAT.
He's pretty old, though.
Who, AB?
Yeah.
He's like 30, I think, isn't he?
31, maybe.
So, like, the Steelers are in there. We need to win right now.
This is the only time we're going to have
this is
for at least 10 years, I think.
So
maybe 6.
I think we have a 2 to 3 year window.
Maybe 5.
I think I'm with
10 years
2 to 3.
a little extreme.
I'm with a 2 to 3 year window.
I'd say Ben has 2 to 3 more good years.
I'm saying after Ben.
Oh,
once Ben and Brown leave, it's going to be rough.
It all depends. Once Ben leaves, it depends on where he's at. Like, can we get a quarterback afterwards? How good is Rudolph?
Yeah, hopefully Mason Rudolph does good. Maybe Dobbs. I mean,
Dobbs, dude. All right. Well, we'll go into our third topic of the day, and that is that someone at this table, 2 people at this table actually said that they have a top 10 list.
I do.
For this one. So I guess, Chance, you just volunteered to go first here.
Well,
so,
last
Chance,
podcast last podcast we went over ESPN's top 10 NFL players for this season, and I thought some of their picks were kind of fucking stupid.
Well, all of their picks were kind of fucking stupid.
So I decided to do my own little list here, and
Let's
instead
go.
of 10 players, I have 11.
Ooh.
So let's just start off. I'll go from 11 to 1. So at number 11, I have the big man Kahlil Mack
Okay.
getting paid and making Shrek's list.
11, you have Khalil Mack.
I think this dude's just an absolute baller. He's the first player in NFL history to make the All-Pro team for 2 positions in the same year. Right outside linebacker and defensive end,
Damn.
which
Alright.
is
That's
fucking
dope.
insane.
R.I.P. Raiders fan.
The dude is just an absolute force to be reckoned with, and I think Chicago just got a hell of a defensive player. At number 10, we're going to stay on the defensive side of the ball. I like a middle linebacker down in Carolina by the name of Luke Kuechly. I think this guy is a
Kuechly's good.
sideline-to-sideline player. He can make every tackle, and he's pretty damn good in coverage, too. He
He's
gets a lot of
fast,
picks.
yeah.
The only downside with Kuechly is he's had some concussion problems the last couple years.
Who hasn't, man? Who hasn't?
He's got to stay healthy. If not, I think he's one of the best linebackers in the game.
Well, also the Panthers have a solid front 7, right? They're,
Yeah, couple
they're
older
solid.
guys, but they got a good defense.
I mean, he's the anchor to it all, but you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Sorry, continue.
So at number 9, we're gonna go to Todd Gurley, young buck, good running back. A lot of people picked him number 1 in fantasy this season over Lev Bell because of Lev Bell's holdout. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. And Gurley put up insane points
'Cause
last
Gurley's
year.
getting paid.
Oh yeah, Gurley is like the future of running backs in the NFL.
Yeah,
He's
for
the
sure.
future star. Just he can run, he can catch, he can block. He's a 3-down back. You know, he's young. He's in an incredible offensive system with Sean McVay and the Los Angeles Rams. But number 8, we're gonna go back to the defensive side. Cornerback from Jacksonville, Jalen Ramsey. Now, this guy, he talks a lot of shit, but he also backs up that shit on the field every week. Shuts down some of the game's best. Not AB though, but he's a hell of a player. I think he's the best cornerback in the NFL right now. At number 7, we got the dickhead himself, Le'Veon Bell. I really didn't want to put him on this list because he is a dickhead, but I had to because this is the top players in
Hey, you
the
gotta
league.
respect the talent, not the player.
You know, he claims he's a generational talent. I think he's just a good player right now. He can run, he can catch. I think a lot of that has to do with the Steelers' offensive line and their system, but you know, he is what he is. The stats don't lie. He's a great player, and I hope he fucking plays at some point this season. If he doesn't, fuck him. Number 6, we got the big man who played his senior season of high school at Woodland Hills, Rob Gronkowski.
Gronk.
My
Arguably
guy.
one of the best offensive weapons in the game. He can line out wide. He can stay inside and play tight end. You can put him in the slot. No one in the damn league can cover him.
Except for Jalen Ramsey.
That'd be a good matchup. Gronk, he's massive. He likes to party. He likes to drink beers. I like to drink beers.
His girlfriend's a rocket.
Oh, he's a
Emil
rocket.
Kostick.
I mean, he should be a fan of this show. You know, whippeal ties.
You should add him.
We'll get him
But
back.
yeah, he's number 6 on my list. Number 5, we have Aaron Rodgers, Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. You know, he's had some shitty teams up there in Green Bay. He's been putting the team on his back. Last year he got hurt. His team sucked ass. Then he came back and they won some games, obviously. I think he's obviously in the top 5 players of the NFL. I think he's one player you'd want to build a franchise around right now if you
I
had
think he
had
might
your
be
pick.
the player to build a franchise around right now.
He could be. At number 4, we got Aaron Donald, another man, just got paid in the last couple days. I think Donald is honestly the best defensive player in the NFL. I think the
He's
dude
getting
is
paid like it.
he is an unreal talent at defensive end / defensive tackle. He's just quick. He's strong. He gets low. It's unreal what he does up there. And sadly, he came from Pitt. Pitt is shit, but you know what it is. At number 3, I got Antonio Brown.
Goat.
I think Antonio Brown could easily be number 1 on this list, but he'll be up there eventually. So Antonio Brown has the most catches and receiving yards in the last 5 years of the NFL. No wide receiver comes even close to him. He's literally an unstoppable force. Week in and week out, makes unreal catches. He plays his balls off. You know, he's just the GOAT. I think he's going to pass Jerry Rice someday.
I mean,
For sure.
I think one thing AB does have is he genuinely seems like a really good dude.
Oh,
And the fact that like he wants to go show he's the best and like, but he's not like a cock about it. You know what I mean?
He's a hard worker, bro. 6th round draft pick, showing up to be the number 1 wide receiver in the NFL. And it sounds like a little someone else on this list I have coming up.
Oh, foreshadowing.
But we're gonna have to hold off on that one. At number 2, I have Drew Brees, quarterback, New Orleans Saints.
Ooh.
I think this could go. He could be obviously number 1 as well, but I had to put him at 2 for a couple reasons. But I have him at 2 mostly because he has the most 5,000-yard passing seasons in the NFL with 5. No other quarterback in NFL history has more than 1. His career completion percentage, which is an NFL record, is 66.7%, which is fucking unreal. He's deadly accurate with the ball. He's 3rd all-time in passing. He'll probably take the record for all-time passing yards this season. He's only like 2,000 yards behind Peyton Manning.
He's breaking it.
Damn.
So
Well, where's Brady at on that? Brady has to be
Brady's
close,
4th.
dude. Is he really? He's
Yeah,
third.
but Brett Favre.
Who's first?
No,
Peyton. Okay.
it's Peyton, Brett Favre, Drew Brees, Tom Brady.
Yeah.
But Brady is like
Yeah,
3,000 yards
Brett Favre and
behind.
Peyton Manning are really
So
close.
Drew Brees is gonna pass him.
Yeah,
Probably. Drew Brees is gonna pass.
Drew
him
Brees will be
insanely.
the all-time leading passer after the season.
I could believe that, 100%.
He's also tied with Tom Brady for 3rd in all-time touchdowns.
Wild.
Wow.
Think about how crazy that actually is. They've both played how many seasons, and currently they're both at exactly the same amount.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
If you think about the statistics, that's fucking nuts.
Oh, yeah, these are 2 of the greatest. But that just brings up number 1, Tom Brady. You know,
Goat.
he is the GOAT. You can love him, you can hate him, but you have to respect
Because
him.
we know we fucking hate him.
Like I said, 4th all-time passing yards with 66,159. He's tied with Drew Brees for 3rd on the all-time touchdown passes with 488. He has the most wins, regular season and playoffs combined, in NFL history. He has 5 Super Bowl rings, and he has a smoke show for a wife.
Oh,
Smoke
yeah.
Chance, that is a hell of a list.
Hey,
Nice list. Nice
I
list.
tell you what.
thank you.
Lucas, what's any complaints on Chance's list?
Solid.
Thank you.
None.
Saying Drew Brees at
Thank
2.
you.
It's
I
a
had
little-
fun
little
doing the
high.
research.
He convinced me with all those stats.
I tell you what,
He's
you
got
had
his
the stats to
ready.
back it up, but you know. We'll just go.
I
Lucas,
would
Let's do
flip. Go ahead, Lucas.
let's just do the schedule next.
all right, so week 1 of the NFL season is finally upon us.
Thank God.
Probably by the time this podcast is coming out, game 1 will already be done, but just know we're recording this
Yeah,
prior
so I'm
to
not
that.
making a prediction on that game because I don't want to be wrong.
Oh, no, we're making a prediction on that game. So, for you guys, we're going to go through the entire list of week 1. We're going to say who we think is going to win, who we think is going to lose. I'm going to keep track of it. Then at the end of the season, we're going to see who doesn't know football and who does know football.
I know football.
I don't know anything about
I
football.
actually don't know much.
We will find out because it is actually nerve-wracking trying to pick between people whenever you think about it.
I'm more of a curling kind of guy.
All right. So
Golf.
at week 1, first game start off the NFL season, we have the Atlanta Falcons at the Philadelphia Eagles, the defending Super Bowl champs. Chance, who do you got winning that game?
This is a tough game. I mean, I'd give it to the Eagles if Carson Wentz was playing, but this week came out that Nick Foles will be starting. And Nick Foles looked like shit this preseason with the starting lineup and the games he
looked
played.
bad.
I think the Falcons probably going to ball the fuck out. I think they win by a final score of 42-14.
Damn. You go in with the score.
42. I also think Falcons are going to win because, like Chance said, Carson Wentz is out. Alshon Jeffrey is also out, and he's probably their best receiver. But I think 28-24. It's going to be a nail-biter.
Well, I'm not going to guess any score because I'm just going to be so horribly off. But I also picked the Falcons as well. I just feel like the Eagles with Fultz, I don't trust him enough right now. I just feel like he's kind of, struggling a bit. And there's been all that talk about the Eagles locker room and how it's just, they're kind of trying to get over their lulls. So, across the board, we're all going Falcons, right?
Yep.
All right. So then our first game on Sunday is Bills at Ravens. Lucas, who's winning Bills at Ravens?
I don't know. I didn't see who's starting for Bills. Is
Nate Peterman.
Nate Peterman starting? Ravens.
Ravens.
Ravens. I mean, the Ravens aren't that great anymore. Bills, they made the playoffs, but they're not going to be, especially because they lost Tyrod Taylor. But
Tyrod. Say his name right. God damn it. It's Tyrod.
I did see that. I forgot about that.
Then I'm pretty sure he came out and said, no, it's Tyrod. My mom's just stupid.
Yeah, I'll go Ravens.
Chance?
I fucking love buffalo chicken wings. I love fucking the Bills Mafia, and I love smashing fucking card tables. But by God, I'm picking the fucking Ratbirds this week. Nate Peterman is a pick quarterback. Last year, his only start, he threw 5 interceptions in one half. I think it's going to be a shit show, honestly. I think the Bills are throwing right now.
So I'm thinking the Ravens. I also picked them to win, which I probably feel like is a pretty good giveaway. The Bills just suck. They don't. I mean, they have their quarterback of the future, but they can't play him because their offensive line probably blocks worse than I do at this point. They're probably actually trying to compete better to get the number 1 overall pick next year, where they can maybe just pick another quarterback or something. So across the board, we're all going Ravens again. Next game is a pretty spicy one, I'd say. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars at Giants. I tell you what, I'm going to start off with my pick. I picked the Jags for this one. I just think the Jags defense is just too good. I don't trust Eli Manning. I'm hoping Saquon balls out, and I think OBJ will ball out. But I just think the defense. I think you put Jalen Ramsey on OBJ, and I think you're gonna have a good matchup there. And I just think the defense is just too much. So I'm picking Jags at Giants.
Yeah, the only thing Jacksonville has is a defense, and New York's offense isn't the greatest, so they're just going to lock them down. I don't think Saquon's going to carry yet. OBJ's, he's not going to carry the whole team either. Yeah, Jacksonville's too good for Giants' defense.
Yeah, if you like low-scoring games, you're going to like this game. I think like the defensive Jacksonville Jaguars defense is going to shut down the Giants' offense. And the Jaguars' offense isn't going to do anything because I think Blake Bortles is ass. Leonard Fournette will probably have 2 TDs this game. I think it's going to be a final score of 14-6.
Damn,
Yeah.
14-6. So you're picking Jags as well.
Yes,
so
Jags as well.
again. I'm actually surprised. I figured someone would have gone with
No,
Giants on that.
Jacksonville's is decent.
Yeah,
they
man,
made it to the AFC Championship last year.
I love Barkley, but fuck.
All right, well, this next one shouldn't be too bad. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the New Orleans Saints. Chance, we'll let you lead that off.
I'm going New Orleans Saints. The Bucs don't have a starting fucking quarterback because he's an idiot and gropes women in Ubers. Ryan Fitzpatrick might have a degree from Harvard, but he ain't no starting quarterback. I'm going Saints.
Lucas?
Saints. No,
just Saints. It's that simple. I mean, it is literally that simple.
It's not even
the
gonna be
Bucks,
close.
they're a joke. They're probably also competing for the number 1 overall pick.
They should just change their name to the Fucks.
Honestly, the
We're
Saints.
like, sucks.
I think the Saints have a
Suck.
chance to go to Super Bowl this year, so they're just going to be good. So I think the Saints, especially they're at home, they're rolling over it. Next game, Houston Texans at New England Patriots. Lucas, we'll start you off with this one.
Is Watson back?
Yes.
Yeah, Sean Watson's back, and J.J. Watt is also back. Don't you ever forget J.J. Watt.
It's going to be a good game. I think Texans are going to be pretty decent this year. I think they're going to be probably 9-7 maybe, and 10-6. But it's going to be a close game. I'm still going to give it to the Patriots, though, just because Tom Brady, I mean, he's going to come back fresh after a loss. He's going to come back hungry for some Texans.
For some Texas dinner.
See, I think this is going to be the game of the week. I think that this will be the most entertaining game to watch.
It's going to be good.
And I'm going to go with the upset here. I think that the Sean Watson-led Houston Texans are going to upset the Pats.
Okay, so this is one of those difficult decisions that you pick. Like, you guys are picking now, and you're going to be driving home later. You're going to be thinking,
I don't care enough.
should I have picked? Oh, you'll care. So I went with the Patriots simply because I just feel like you can't. They're at home. I understand Texans are going to have J.J. Watt and Sean Watson, but Brady, he's the GOAT. I got to see them be bad before I can think they're bad.
Brady has one wide receiver on his roster
Dude,
right now.
he has Gronk.
Yeah,
You know where you put Gronk on your list?
Yeah, I know. I put him right here at 6.
So you have the number 1 and number 6 against where was anyone on Texans on that
Not on
list?
the list.
Not on the list.
That's true.
So
I've seen wilder shit happen.
that is very true.
The Texans have a good matchup with the Patriots.
I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's always a good game.
Tune in.
But next game, 49ers at Vikings. Cold weather. Actually, no, they're in a dome, so it doesn't matter. I went with the Vikings. I think they were a good team last year. They're going to be a good team this year. So I'm rolling with that defense. What QB did they just sign? Was it Smith? No.
That was Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins, man.
I forgot
Fully
about that. They're gonna
guaranteed.
be decent.
Fully guaranteed contract. Vikings all the way, baby.
I'm going Vikings, too. That defense is fucking stacked. Because I think Kirk Cousins is going to be an average quarterback. I think he's overrated, but I think he'll do enough to beat the Jimmy Garoppolo-led 49ers.
Ooh, Jimmy G, though. He's coming back for his first start. Oh, man. It's going to be a good game. I might watch that game, but I think I'll give it to Vikings. I think Kirk Cousins is better than Jimmy G right now. And Vikings defense is pretty solid.
All right, so we're going Vikings all the way across the board. Here's a tough one on the shit show. We got the Titans at Dolphins.
Ooh.
You guys
If
pick
you
it
watch
out.
this game, there must be something wrong.
You must either be from Miami or from Tennessee.
This could be the worst game of the week, honestly. I'm personally going to go with the Tennessee Titans, just because they're the less shitty team.
Yeah,
New head coach, I don't know.
that's literally all it is. That is what it comes down to: is who's not as bad, who's the least worst team in the league. And I'm going to give the Titans.
So you're saying Titans are winning?
Dolphins are bad.
I just went with Titans. Another one of those things where it's just, it's the Titans. What the hell do you expect?
It's a toss-up.
It's
They're
a
both
Dolphin.
bad.
I mean, it's a toss-up, but I feel like the Titans are better than the Dolphins. So next game is the Bengals at Colts. So I went with Colts. I think Andrew Luck is back, if I'm not mistaken, which he is. So I think Andrew Luck is going to show why he's a really good quarterback, top 10 quarterback in this league.
long time.
I still think he's going to be able to ball out enough. So I'm going with Colts. They're at home, feeling it. Lucas, who are you feeling in this matchup?
I'm going to give it to the Colts. I'm just a huge Bengal hater, and that's pretty much all it comes down to.
You don't like
Andy Dalton sucks.
Dude, don't.
The Red Rockies.
He got the Bills
trash.
to the playoffs. Okay, I don't want to hear it.
I also hate the bungholes, but I think I'm going to pick him this week. I think Luck has to prove to me that he can throw the football farther than 5 yards.
Who do they even have as a receiver?
T.Y. Hilton.
The
Oh,
Colts
yeah.
or Bengals?
He sucked last year.
He did. I picked him up on fantasy this
Yeah,
year,
I
so
had
I
him
hope he
last
balls
year.
out. But the Colts defense looks like a fucking piece of Swiss cheese. I mean, I couldn't even name 3 starters on that defense. I think that A.J. Green is going to light it up. 3 TDs.
Ooh, 3 TDs.
Three
That's a hot
TDs.
pick right off the top.
3 TDs.
Damn. All right, well, here's another big debate coming up here. Steelers at Browns. Chance, who are you picking out of that
No
matchup?
debate here. Here we go, Lurs.
Lucas?
Steelers all the way.
Yeah, I feel like Steelers just have too much. The Browns are still the Browns. They've won one game in the past 2 years. So until they prove otherwise, they're still the Browns. Picking Steelers all the way, baby. Next game, Chiefs at Chargers. Lucas, who you picking?
Chargers. I think Chargers are going to be one of those. They might sniff the playoffs this year. I think they're going to be better than last year. Phillip Rivers, I think, extremely underrated. He has amazing stats. He just never has a good team around him.
I feel like he's like a Big Ben, but just
Yeah.
he just has shitty franchises.
Yeah.
Ben got a good.
I like
franchise.
Rivers a lot, but I'll get the Chargers.
Yeah, I'm also going with the Chargers. I think they got the chance to win the division this year. They're definitely going to be in the playoffs. I think that they're going to ball out.
Fair enough.
Patrick Mahomes, his first NFL start, I think it's going to be shaky.
Yeah, I think they're just too. The young QB is just gonna not do enough. Okay, Seahawks at Broncos. This is the one I had a tough time on. I personally am going with the Seahawks, but I picked that at first, and I'm going with my gut. After I thought about it, I thought the Broncos are actually going to be the better team, but I'm still going Russell Wilson, Seahawks, baby. Let's go Hawks.
Broncos aren't good.
Yeah,
I
but
think it's
the
going to be
Seahawks aren't
easily
that great
Seahawks.
either.
Is it at Seattle?
No, it's at Denver.
It's at Denver.
So that might make it a little different, but I think Seattle's still better.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Seattle, too. I don't think Case Keenum, he got lucky as fuck last season. He was on a really good team. I think he's going to be a shitty quarterback in Denver.
All right. Now we're taking it back to the East Coast and Cowboys at Panthers. I tell you what, I'll tell you who I got later. Lucas, who'd you pick? Who are you picking? Panthers. How come?
I think it's another toss-up game. They're both They're both decent. I don't know. I'm just going to go with the Panthers.
Schreckmeister.
I'm going to go with a gamble here. I think that the Panthers are going to win. But I think they're going to win because the Dallas Cowboys just cut their all-time best kicker, Dan Bailey, this week. And I think they're going to lose on a couple missed field goals,
Ooh.
potentially a missed extra point.
Dude,
By
the karma.
Their NFL kicker who's never kicked in a game before.
Dude, the karma would be steep there. I also went with the Panthers. I originally went with the Cowboys, but I thought Panthers at home. It's like you don't know what these two teams are going to be. You don't know what Cam Newton are you going to get. Are you going to get MVP Cam or are you going to get shitty Cam. You don't know what Dak Prescott you're gonna get. Are you gonna get good Dak or are you gonna get bad Dak? What Ezekiel Elliott are you gonna get? Good Zeke, bad Zeke, especially versus that defense.
Yeah,
I don't know what
a
it's gonna be.
toss-up. They're both pretty even, I think.
In a toss-up, you always go to the home team. That's the way I look at it. So we got Panthers across the board. Redskins at Cardinals.
Redskins.
Yeah, Skins. I don't think Cardinals are much of relevancy anymore.
Sam Bradford's glass bones and paper skin will be destroyed by the end of the second quarter.
See, I actually went with the Cardinals for this one. Just simply because you always got to go with the home team in toss-ups. Both teams are shitty. So I went with that. I figured,
I still think
Bradford.
Alex Smith is better than.
Well, yeah, but Bradford and Fizdale. No, not Fizdale.
Fitzgerald. My bad.
Fitzgerald.
Jesus Christ.
We'll get there
Right.
eventually.
There's too many Fitz.
As you can tell, I'm not a
Not a football guy.
no, I'm not a Cardinals guy. So I went with Cardinals there. Toss up, you always go to hometowns. Then we got Bears at Packers.
Green Bay all the way.
Pack attack.
How many times do you think Kahlil Mack is going to sack Aaron Rodgers?
I bet he has 1 sack and 2 QB knockdowns.
How pissed do you think it would be if Kahlil Mack just like shattered Aaron Rodgers' other collarbone like the first play?
That might break the world.
Yeah, that would be bigger than Kim Kardashian posting her nude ass on
Dude,
the internet.
I'm pretty sure if that happened, they would
Bet.
actually put up a statue of Kahlil Mack right away. They'd be like, you took out Aaron Rodgers right off the bat. You're the GOAT. No debate there. All right, Jets at Lions.
Lions. Because Jets are starting Sam Darnold. Week 1, they're starting their 21-year-old quarterback. He's the youngest fucking quarterback.
Youngest QB to ever start.
It's insane. He's putting him up against the Lions. The Lions are another team. They're always around like 8-8, like 9-7 maybe. But Matt Stafford's good. Sam Darnold is 21 years old.
See, I think it's going to be a close game. I'm going with the Lions, but I feel like Sam Darnold's going to have a good game. I think he's going to surprise a lot of people.
But they're at Detroit, so.
Yeah, but it's his first start. He'd be fucking nervous regardless.
Yeah, I went with the Lions. I just feel like home team. I don't trust the Jets yet. I want to see what.
Your home team.
Dude, it's the home team. If you look at my list, so many home teams
I
win.
figured.
So it's a good way. I'm telling you. I bet you if you look at all the home teams versus away teams, home teams will win more than away teams.
Okay.
Bet. All right, last game to end us out here. Rams at Raiders.
Is that Monday night?
That is Monday night. Jets at Lions and Rams at Raiders are both.
Oh, there's two Monday night games.
Two Monday night
That's
games.
fucking dope. Rams. Raiders aren't even going to contest.
No.
Yeah, I think Rams are actually a low-key Super Bowl team. Not even low-key. Everyone knows they're
Yeah,
coming.
I think they're going to go pretty far this year.
I think them and a couple other teams here and there are definitely going to be a team to watch out for.
I think the
So-
Rams are going to drop a 50 burger on the Raiders.
You think a 50
Monday night.
burger?
Yeah, the Raiders just lost their defensive captain.
Oh,
their
yeah.
their locker room is fucked. It's
Oh,
going to
yeah.
be bad.
Even
Gurley and Goff, they're going to go off.
Yeah,
Is
even-
that at the Rams or at the Raiders?
at Raiders. It's at Raiders.
I can't wait to see the fans' reactions.
Oh,
to
dude,
this
they're gonna be
game.
so
It's gonna
pissed.
be like half empty.
How many boos do you think Gruden's gonna get right off the bat?
Oh, dude, someone's gonna like run out on the field and like cut his bowl cut off.
Jesus. All right, guys. Well, that is the end of our Week 1 predictions. Like I said, I'm going to try to keep track of this throughout the entire NFL season. At the end, we'll see, maybe halfway point, we'll see where we're at. That way you guys maybe start thinking a little bit seriously about your picks. Because I want that crown of best picker here. All right. Well, Lucas, we'll go into your list now. Because you also had a list that you wanted to talk about of the top 10 goalies in the NHL. Is this of this upcoming year or currently right now?
I am basing this list off of everything, off their past accolades, what they did last season mostly, and what they're going to do next season.
All right, well, Lucas, take it
Okay,
away.
so last episode, I'm sure you guys have listened. We talked about NHL.com released a top 10 goalie list, and I just ripped it apart because it was pretty much a joke. So I just made my own. I mean, a couple of them are biased, but it's a pretty solid list, and I'm going to tell you why. Also, how you had 11 on your top 10, I only have 9 because I honestly couldn't think of 10 elite goalies. I have some that could be tied for 10, but all right. So it's also kind of loose, not really as solid 1, 2, 3. So at number 1, I got Braden Holtby. Braden Holtby just won the Stanley Cup with the Washington Capitals. He's always one of the best goalies every single year. He carries Capitals. They got a really good offense in front of him though, but he's a great goalie, and mostly in part since he won the Cup last year, he's number 1 right now. But also don't forget, he almost didn't even play at all in the playoffs. He didn't even start the playoffs this year because he was doing so bad in the regular season. But he's still really good. All right, number 2, I got Connor Hellebuck from Winnipeg. This kid is going to be the next. I think he's going to be one of the greatest goalies of all time. And he's so young, and he's
Goat
with
status.
a great team in Winnipeg right now. And he also had the most wins in the league last year.
Can you spell
Good.
Winnipeg for me?
Winnepeg.
He's got a sick last name. Was it Hellebuck?
Hellebuck.
Is it Hellabuck?
No.
His nickname should be Don't Give a Fuck.
All right, at number 3, I got Andrei Vasilevsky from Tampa Bay Lightning. He's also super young and one of the best goalies right now, obviously. He was tied for most wins last year with Connor Hellebuck, and he had the most shutout wins with 8. He had shutouts. I think he has a better team in front of him than Winnipeg, so that's why I think he's below Hellebuck, and I just like Hellebuck's style more than Vasilevsky, but Vasilevsky's very young. He's a big dude. He's a great goalie. Tampa's going to be pretty good with him while he's in net.
It's almost like Vasilevsky is lubed up with Vaseline. He's so slick out there.
Luke's face
All right.
just says it all right there.
At number 4, we got Marc-Andre Fleury, former Pens, now Vegas Golden Knight.
Goat.
He had last year its second best goals against average, and he pretty much carried Vegas because their D was not good at all. They had a great offense, but he played outstanding all year and into the playoffs, and almost won 3 back-to-back cups. He has 3 cups now, but he almost won 3 back-to-back cups. Back-to-back-to-back cups.
Huge moves.
Phenomenal goal. He's going to be a Hall of Famer for sure. But since he's older than Hellebuck and Vasilevsky, I think he's below them right now. All right, number 5, Jonathan Quick from the LA Kings. Another old Hall of Famer, legend goalie. He is always solid. He always gives his team a chance every single year. He only allowed 7 goals in the entire first round of the most recent playoffs against Vegas Knights, who had one of the best offenses all year. So he's a great goalie. His offense sucks. That's why they never win more. Kings are a terrible offense. All right, now it kind of gets just loose, but at number 6 we got Pittsburgh Penguin Matt Murray. Another young, phenomenal goalie, a giant dude. He
That
won
was a hometown pick right there.
So he won back-to-back Stanley Cup champion. He won 2 Stanley Cups while he was a rookie. Literally has never
Wait,
been done before.
what? He
2
won
as a rookie. Yeah, you heard that right, because he started so late in the year. The first one didn't count as a full season. So his second one was his rookie season.
Dude, what the fuck is hockey?
He took over 2016 playoffs whenever Fleury got hurt, carried them. And last year, he did not have a great year, unfortunately. But the Penguins' defense sucked last year. It was god-awful. He battled injury. His father died. I think he's going to be better than Marc-Andre Fleury as a Penguin. Maybe not as
That is a hot take right there.
maybe not as like a career, but I think he's going to be a better Penguin. Fleury has a lot of bad years with the Pens. All right, number 7, Sergei Bobrovsky, who was NHL.com's number 1 goalie, which was the biggest joke ever. He's number 7. He is a phenomenal regular season goalie. He always carries Columbus. Columbus is not very good at all, but he's never won a playoff series, and I think that's huge, especially comparing best goalies if you never even made it past the first round. But yeah, phenomenal regular season. Number 8, Pekka Rinne from Nashville. He is a great regular season goalie, a decent playoff goalie, but he's never won a Stanley Cup yet. He's won some playoff games. And one thing about Nashville is they have the best defense in the league. So he has a really good D in front of him.
The big Pekka.
Yeah, and
Swinging that Pekka.
he had the second most
Swinging.
wins last year too. So he's a good goalie. Number 9, the last one is Devin Dubnyk from Minnesota. I think super underrated. Minnesota's always trash. He always helps them get to the playoffs almost every year, but they never make it farther in the playoffs. But Minnesota's never has a good team. So that's my 9. I got you have Mike Smith from Calgary, John Gibson, Ducks, Martin Jones, Sharks, Henry Lundqvist. They're all similar. I just can't think of 10 elite goalies. I think there's a bunch of good goalies, but not enough to break the list.
You're saying they're just all in that mid tier.
Yeah,
just
they're good
you're
goalies,
good, but
I'm not
you're
gonna
not.
put you in top 10.
You're not better than anyone else.
Yeah.
In that tier.
Sit the fuck down.
So that's pretty much the real list of best goalies.
I don't know what I'm more impressed with. The fact that that list was that good or that you announced those names even better.
Hockey guy.
Apparently.
That's what we do.
I'd like to throw out one hockey story real quick.
Let's do it.
Did you see that the NHL is trying to ban keg stands with the Stanley Cup?
No.
Yeah,
was it because of Ovechkin?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
He went too
they
hard.
put out a story today that they're going to try and limit keg stands from now on.
Is that because like the majority of his pictures with it was just him doing a keg
Almost
stand?
every single
Oh, dude, he took it to a fucking Nationals game and did a keg stand, like, up at the concession stand area. Like, it was nuts.
every time.
Dude, that's what happens whenever you play a sport for how long has he been playing? Forever?
Yeah, for going on 14 years, 15
And you
years.
finally win. Dude, you just go hard.
Oh, yeah, I would too, but I understand what they're getting at, though. It's a fucking legendary trophy. You don't want to fucking break it every year.
Yeah, I say break it every year. Have a new one.
It just adds character.
Exactly. It's like the Liberty Bell. You don't replace the Liberty Bell. You just keep going. All right, guys. So now we're going to talk a little bit of video games right now. And a game that is near and dear to all of our hearts. PUBG, baby. Finally.
1.0.
Full release. It's the whole game. You have weapon skins. You have passes that
New
you have to
map,
pay for.
the greatest map
You have
of all time.
microtransactions. I can't believe I waited almost a whole year for this game, even though it's been out. But now at least I finally get everything that a PC player has. Can I please hear your guys' reactions?
I'm super happy about it, and I still love the game. It's my favorite game ever, and I hate it also as much. But I'm really happy. It's a good update. The game's running well. I think it's going good so far. I'm really happy it's out.
I think the map's fucking sweet.
New
The new
map's sick.
weapons are pretty sweet. I mean, I like where the game's going. I like to see it keep adding shit up until the October, November time area where Call of Duty and Battlefield are coming out with their big AAA Battle Royale modes. I'd like to see how it fares up against those. I think it's great. I can't wait to go home and play it after this. Fuck Fortnite.
I actually can't believe how. I mean, like we've been playing it constantly, but it's like I was just like playing.
472 hours.
Lucas is at 472 hours.
Yikes.
Like I don't know. I was at the point where it's like, okay, I know we're just gonna play it and it's gonna be the same thing. But they added in all this stuff that just completely reignites my interest for the entire
Exactly.
thing.
I was
like
so
it's
excited
stupid
last
how
night.
much it excites me.
It
now.
just feels like a new game.
Exactly,
It
and
does.
it's literally they added the best map on there finally because it's just more running and gunning as opposed to loot simulator.
And also last night, we
Oh.
won back to back.
Back to back chicken
It
dinner.
was the greatest rush of all time.
Went for the turkey, but someone at this table cucked it up.
Hey, we had a good run.
So
What's next?
I'm just overall happy that the game came out.
I am too.
Next is that Battlefield 5 got pushed back a month, so it is no longer within that Call of Duty Red Dead window, which I think this was more of a move. I don't know if it was more of a move just to get it out away from those games, that way it doesn't Titanfall 2 itself. I think it's a good move because now people are going to want to buy it. I think if everyone's like, oh, I only have $60 to buy a game, I'd rather buy Call of Duty or I'd rather
Yeah,
buy
I
Red Dead.
don't know if it's like a great move, but I don't think it's gonna hurt them at all. I don't think it's gonna matter. I think it's just no one's gonna care. Like it's just happening.
Yeah, if anything, the best case scenario is everyone buys COD, they realize how shitty it is, and they're like, fuck this, I can't wait till Battlefield comes out next month. Whereas if
Yep.
they came out at the same time, you buy
only
COD,
pick one.
you're like, fuck, I fucked up, man. Bought fucking Call of Duty.
Now, I just think I would rather a game come out and be more complete, which I don't know if it was they did it just to avoid those other two games, or if they released the game because there's actually technical issues.
Yeah, I'm all for it, pushing it back to fix bugs and shit.
Yeah, as long as it comes out before that Christmas
Yeah.
deadline.
No, I'll definitely buy both. I didn't know which one I was gonna get first because they were both so close to each other, but now I'll get both. For
So
sure.
see, that was probably one of their
Yeah,
thought
it's good.
processes. You're the
Makes
perfect
sense.
you're the perfect demographic,
I know.
Lucas. You're just perfect.
White Caucasian male.
Yikes.
Buying video games. All right, guys, and our
I'm not
last
wearing my Nikes though.
our our last story of the week will be Call of Duty Battle Royale. They just put out a new map.
Huge.
Just put out a new map, and I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that there's like, there's like 125 items, all these attachments, all this type of stuff. It looks more like a carbon copy of PUBG than what I was even expecting. I know Lucas showed us a picture, and actually, before even reading anything, I thought, oh, PUBG just came out with a new map.
Yeah, it looks a lot like PUBG. I kind of hope they take a lot from PUBG because PUBG is like the perfectly made battle royale game. But as long as they don't make it too like Call of Duty-esque, like all like I don't know, I don't want to say fairy tale, but like just like
Unrealistic.
unrealistic and just made for kids. If it's like super hardcore like PUBG, I think it's gonna be dope with updated graphics and all the sick maps, because they put maps from all the Call of Duty games into one giant battle royale. It's gonna be sick.
Yeah, I almost didn't believe the map when I saw it. I thought it was some Photoshop fucking meme, but it's real as can be. I think it'll be the normier version of the battle royales this fall. I think Battlefield will be the more realistic, and Call of Duty will be the more fast-paced, kind of action-packed for the casual gamer, whereas Battlefield will be like the more skill-based. You got to actually play it a while to get the hang of it kind of game.
I agree with that.
I know. I was thinking about it on the way home, and I was just thinking like us playing MW2 since it's now backwards compatible. I was thinking like how fast you die, like in Call of Duty, and how it's so running and gunny, at least in MW2.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how the system works.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see how the pace of the game goes and stuff like that, because I'm worried that they're gonna try to keep that, and it's just like you land, you pick up a gun, and then it's like boom, you're instantly dead kind of deal. Which sometimes happens on PUBG, but I feel like in PUBG, like in Call of Duty, you're like your life is just like, oh, I'll just die and I'll respawn right away. Like, boom, boom, boom. Where with PUBG, it's like it actually matters. And so since it actually matters, you actually kind of, like, you just don't want to instantly die. Like, yeah, you can get sniped in the head or something like that, but you don't want it to be like that. So I'm just curious to see how Call of Duty does it and doesn't fuck it up. Hopefully they do it right. I mean, I'm obviously going to play Battlefield before I play Call of Duty. Maybe Call of Duty will be a later pickup for me unless you guys really talk up the Battle Royale hype. But we'll see where we're at. Yeah, I think that's about the end of this episode. You guys have any closing remarks or anything like that you'd like to leave us on?
Did you guys see the video of that lady dunking the chicken strip into soda?
Yeah, that was pretty fucking odd. I mean, I give it to her that she's a rocket, but I mean, it might be the weirdest thing I've seen this week.
Yeah.
She literally, I've not seen the video. What is this video?
It's like a 24-ounce cup of soda.
Like,
she
it looks
takes
like Pepsi or something.
the lid off it, and she takes a chicken strip and dips it in there like it's a sauce, and then eats it. And like someone caught this on camera. She must have been doing it for a while.
And
why would you do
all
that?
the comments are like the greatest, because like she should be in prison and stuff. And she commented back about the comment. She's like, "Oh, I don't think this is gonna be this bad. It's just chicken." Or like, it's like, is that really necessary? Like prison?
Why would you even want to do that? That's what I don't understand. Like, it just sounds
who knows?
disgusting.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it blew my mind. I lost sleep over it. Like, it's just disgusting. I don't know if it's even disgusting, but like, it's just so weird
Yeah, just
and
so
odd.
out of the ordinary.
It's probably good.
Yeah,
I mean,
Are you gonna try it, Lucas?
I might try it now. I'm not gonna film it, but
maybe
I'll give
like
you an
how
update.
Mountain Dew made like a Doritos flavored Mountain Dew. That Pepsi will have like a chicken strip flavored
who
Pepsi.
knows?
I tell you what, Lucas, if you do that, will you please come back onto the podcast and just tell us what it's like?
It'll be on our Twitter at @TrashTierSports.
At Trash Tier Sports. Love it. Well, guys, if there's anything to leave this podcast with today, it's don't dip your chicken strips in soda unless you want to be horribly mocked by a bunch of guys on a podcast.
And make sure you get your kids vaccinated because you don't want them smallpox.
Look at that.
Spay and neuter your pets.
Spay and neuter them. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Peace out.
See you guys.